Hey, Genki Call here, and it's time to go over the Soulforge offerings for the week of October 11th, 2021. I have not looked in here yet. I know one thing for sure that's in here, and that is something you absolutely must have. It is an awesome, awesome weapon, the Trickster shot. This thing is crazy. So it eliminates all armor from an enemy and deals some damage. You know, that's okay. Lots of, like Meng does that, and a couple others do that, but you gain 2 magic, which it doesn't seem much, boosted by armor eliminated. So if you remove, there's a 3-to-1 boost ratio, but you remove a ton of armor, you're in high levels events, and you remove a ton of armor, this is so powerful. Your attack is going to go up so much, and you've stripped all of their armor off, so this is a fantastic weapon. I highly, highly suggest this, especially since we have Invasion coming up this weekend. This will be very useful in the weekend event if you can use it. And this can be used in the event this week. So keep that in mind. Let's look at what else we have here. This looks like one of those 75 gem ones, and it is. Removes gems with no effect. As you know, I'm not a big fan of these. However, diamonds. 75 diamonds to craft a weapon is pretty cheap. It's very cheap. You may never ever use this weapon, but if you're blocked on your power level from going up because you don't have weapons, this could be a good choice for you. We have the fairy ring, which is damage to an enemy boosted by Fey allies with a ×6 boost ratio, so that's an extra 6 points of damage per Fey you've got with you. Then create a mix of 6 green and purple gems for each Fey ally. The Summer Aegis. The Summer Aegis does damage to an enemy boosted by Bright Forest allies, then create a mix of 6 green and red gems for each Bright Forest ally. Nothing super special about that. Also a ×6 boost ratio. I do like this kind of weapon, Fairy Ring and the Summer Aegis, but I don't want to spend the diamonds because I keep spending them, and I'd like to be able to craft a mythic at some point. You need 4,000 diamonds for that, so I'm saving my diamonds. However, I do have to reiterate, if you have the diamonds, get Trickster's shot. It is fantastic. And that is it for the weapons. Wait, let me make sure I didn't miss anything that I already own. Dawnbringer is technically from Bright Forest. You know, this is incredibly expensive to craft, but it can be used in the event this week. And then, let's see what we've got. Keeper of Souls. Keeper of Souls can be very useful. Transform all gems of a chosen color to skulls. So if you're using a skull spamming troop and you've got this guy ready to go, if you can create a match 4+ by transforming a color, super, super useful. Would I craft him? Probably not. Starflower, I actually really like Starflower a lot. She does damage to all enemies boosted by ally and enemy Fey. Summon a random Fey. There's a 20% chance to transform a random enemy into a pixie. It's pretty funny when this happens. Pixie really can't do too much to you. The only thing she does is fairy fire you, and of course you don't want to be fairy fired, but as far as spells go, she's very weak. So, you know, if you're fighting High King Iron Gut and you transform him into a pixie, you know, it's all good. And then she has a 50% chance to fairy fire a random enemy at the start of the turn. Then we have Essentia. This is the first time Essentia has been in the Soulforge, I do believe. And the big thing about Essentia, not super useful. However, she does give that 50% mana start to all dragon allies, and that is very useful. Summon a light storm at the start of battle, not necessarily a great thing, but you know, it's there. And I think that's it for Legendaries. Yes, it is. So, as far as these 3 Legendaries go, there's nothing super special about them that would warrant 800 diamonds in my opinion. If you're blocked on getting a power level up, that would be a reason to craft one of them. But just in general, I personally don't consider them special enough to spend 800 diamonds on, because you really want to save those for mythics and weapons if you can. So always here, always here. Oh, there is another legendary, the Were Stag, and this may be the first time the Were Stag is here as well. The Were Stag does true damage to the first and last enemies, then creates 3 Doom Skulls for each Lycanthropy gem on the board. And he has a 50% chance to convert a purple gem to a Lycanthropy gem at the start of the turn. So you've got the ability to make Lycanthropy gems with him. I don't love this troop because I don't love Lycanthropy. So, Plus, you know, if you like Lycanthropy, this could be fun. But again, 800 diamonds, not worth it to me. Alright, let's head into the mythics. Always here, always here. The Leona's Tower is also always here. Famine is one of the Apocalypse troops. The Apocalypse is a kingdom that doesn't actually have a spot on the map. So getting this troop and leveling him up to 20 and trading him is going to do absolutely nothing for your kingdom power at this point, because he doesn't do any of that. So drain mana from all enemies, deal damage to one enemy boosted by the mana drain. So if you drain say 20, say you drain 20 total mana, you're going to do an extra 40 damage because it has a ×2 boost ratio. And then first enemy loses 3 skill points at the start of each turn, and all enemies lose 2 random skill points, period. And when it says skill points, that means, I am assuming, random skill points. So skill points are magic and attack and armor and health. So those are the ones, it'll be one of those that it does. Zathenos is always here, Zolgoth, Suna. I really want Suna, but the most important thing to remember about Suna is that you can get her with event keys this week. So if you really want Suna, save your diamonds till later in the week. Make sure that you can't get her with your event keys before crafting her, because it would be a real shame to craft her and then pull her with your event keys. But she steals life from the 2 weakest enemies, then steals 8 magic from the 2 strongest enemies, and she fairy fires a random enemy when matching red gems. Fallen Valdis, I understand, is one of the worst mythics in the game. I do not own her, so I cannot say from personal experience. She does damage to all enemies, explodes 3 Doom Skulls, boosted by divine enemies, and silences divine enemies. So really, it sounds like she's only going to be useful against divine troops. Disease a random enemy when matching purple gems, and summon a dark storm when an enemy dies. It just doesn't sound mythic worthy to me personally, but that's me. The last mythic that we have in here is the Will of Nisha from Silverglade. She steals 3 magic from all enemies, then deals a set number of damage to them. Doesn't look that impressive just at a glance. Reduce damage from spells by 50%. All purple allies gain 1 to all stats at the start of each turn, which could actually be very useful on prolonged battles. But in general, I mean, this one doesn't look amazing to me either. She's a cool design, but I personally would not recommend any troops in the Soulforge for this week, unless you really need something to increase a kingdom power level. If you're stuck on the mythic, that would be a reason. But I think we have a new mythic cycle started recently, and the one that you want the most could come into the Soulforge next week. So keep that in mind before spending your diamonds. If you really want Suna, I highly, highly recommend waiting until late in the week to make sure that you can't get her with your event keys first. Get the Trickster shot if you can. That is all I have for you for the Soulforge video. I will be back soon with the World Event video for you. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.